Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we're going to be doing my crusty toenails. Can y'all believe I've had this set on since mid-November? It's low-key disgusting, but we're just going to bypass that information and let me know down below in the comment section what the longest time frame has been in between y'all doing your toenails. These were getting a little bit too long, so it was time for them to go. Now to start off this process, we are going to simply remove our design and trim down these toenails. I usually do really good at trimming them in between my sets, but I've been wearing closed-toed shoes, so it kind of allowed me to ignore the issue. So they are very long. I didn't trim them at all this time, which is insane. Honestly, they were very long. So I'm going to go ahead and use my e-file at a speed of about 8 to 10,000 RPMs, and I'm simply going to be removing that design that I had, which was just a simple Frenchie, and then I'm going to be trimming them with the same e-file. If you have any lifting on your toenails, please go ahead and just start from scratch, especially if you have been wearing the same products on there for a very long time. You want to make sure that you are removing any lifted area that you may have in order to prevent greenies. So make sure you are paying attention to all of the areas of your toenails, because I know that sometimes we can find it a little bit hard to see since they are on our own feet. But do note that you have to make sure that you are removing any lifted area. So on this toenail and on the next one, I do have a little bit of staining. I got a little bit concerned and also disgusted at the same time because I thought it was either gunk underneath my toenail or a greenie, but as I inspected it further, I think it's just a stain. I use a really dark colored hair color in my hair, and I do upkeep it in my shower whenever I feel like it needs a little bit of a touch up. And that stuff stains everything. Like, I've had to be careful with my hands as well. Sometimes I just use gloves because it will stain my hands and my nails. And I think that's exactly what that was. You see me there picking with a little cotton swab because I thought there was gunk under there, but it wasn't. And it's super minimal, so you won't be able to see it once I'm done doing my toes, but I did just want to touch base on that. Do remove all the lifted areas if you do have lifted areas, because you can get greenies. Luckily, I didn't get any because my nails typically do not lift on my toes, but just a little disclaimer, always be aware and always fully remove any lifted areas you may have. So again, just all in one motion, I'm removing that design, the top coat, any color that I have on there, and then we're going to be trimming down these nails to the desired length. I honestly leave them slightly longer than I want them to, so that it allows me to still pre-shape them and then shape them at the end without overly file them. Because they are on my toes, I want to be extra careful and gentle with them, so I do not want to risk filing the tip of my toe and hurting myself. So I just am leaving a little bit extra length than I'm going to want at the end. Again, fully remove any lifted areas that you may have. If you have an excessive amount, just go ahead and start from scratch, fully remove all that product and start with a clean slate. Now for our prep, I'm going to be doing this very simple and cute. We are going in with the mandrel bit and sanding band. I believe this one is medium grit. It is a little bit harsh, so always use fine when prepping a nail. But I just went in very quickly. As you can see, I'm like barely even etching the nail because products do stick on your toenails a lot better. And then I did go in with a cuticle ball bit. I don't know what happened to that footage. I looked back and I didn't even record that. I think I got off camera for that because sometimes it could get a little tricky and my back be hurting. So I went ahead and went into this diamond bit. Absolutely love these to get into those hard to reach areas and fully prep the nail. This helps push back that cuticle, expose more of that nail, and remove all that dead skin, while also you can use it on your skin because it is super gentle. Beware, use it on a low speed. I have it at about 3,000 RPMs on my not polished e-file. On all my other e-files, I use it at 4,000 RPMs. Now quickly gonna dehydrate and also remove all that excess dust using a lint-free wipe and a little bit of Young Nail Swipe. And you can see how our prep is nice and finished. I'm not going in with the primer. You can if you do have issues with lifting. My products stick on my toenails really well, so we're just going to be skipping that. I'm going in with BB gel from Profiles Backstage. If you've been following me for a while, this is my OG product. Absolutely love it on my toes. It helps strengthen the nail. and it just adds a little bit of thickness that we need to protect them from breaking, chipping, or anything like that. I'm going in with a thin layer over the entire surface of the nail, all the way down to the tip, even where I already had product. And then I'm actually taking a liner brush from Veeda and a little bit more of that product and going in around that cuticle area to fully get it into those hard to reach areas. Those brushes on the polished bottles sometimes are a little bit thick, especially with the product being so thick. So I like to just kind of put it all in the center, get as close as I can, and then go in with the final touches with this. That prevents any spilling that you may get in the cuticle. Or if you've ever done your toes with any type of gel products, it can be very, very tricky to not get it to spill. So this is the easiest way that you will be able to avoid that and get your application nice and easy. Again, just simple, even coat, and then we're going in with our liner brush, cure as needed. Always, always remember that. Sometimes I will wait till the end and then fully cure, but if I feel like I'm gonna mess it up at any point, just go in, flash cure it 10 seconds, take it out, do the next toenail, and then at the end you can go in with a full cure for 60 seconds. So I'm gonna go ahead and repeat that on the rest of the toes, and then we're gonna get into filing. All right, now that everything is fully cured, we're gonna go ahead and wipe off that tacky layer. Builder gel does have a tacky layer, so always remove with either alcohol or lint-free wipe and a little bit of swipe. Now this is what we're working with, and I absolutely love how they look already. So clean and so good. We're gonna go in with our e-file. You can use a hand file if you feel a little bit more comfortable doing that. Very, very light-handed. We're gonna use this at a low speed. I do have it at about 6,000 RPMs, and I'm actually gonna be just shaping this out very gently. As you can see, I'm not doing too much filing. And then we're gonna go ahead and buff the surface of the nails. I did go ahead and shape these out. Now do note that these toenails took me about 2 to 3 business days to finish, because in between taking care of the puppy that we recently got, if you follow me on Instagram, you probably know that. If you didn't, now you know we got a puppy. He is a handful, but I absolutely love, love, love him. I've been sharing some content on my Instagram page, so if you guys are interested in following all my personal stuff, definitely go check it out. I'll leave it here linked. But in between that and my little girl and my little boy and everything that life entails, it literally took me 2 whole days. And then the 3rd day, I finally recorded the final result of these nails because it's just been super, super hectic. So we are going in with our design. I'm going in with this really pretty Barbie pink color, and it is from Tron Legend. I'll leave the name linked and all the discount codes if you guys are interested in the description box and here off to the side. But we're going to be doing kind of an ombre on this toenail. Do note that I kind of go nail by nail when I'm freestyling my own nails, so I'm kind of jumping back and forth. I still didn't know what I wanted to do on the other toenails, so I just went ahead and continued to do this one. I knew I wanted to do a little lip design for Valentine's Day on this one against the ombre in white so that it could pop. So that's exactly what we're doing. We're pretty much doing the top lip, and then the bottom one, it's going to be facing the opposite way from me. And I am using the long liner from Veeda and white gel paint mixed with a little bit of white gel polish to kind of loosen that paint up a little bit. And then for this toenail, I figured I could do a Frenchie. That's always a really good filler, or glitter. And I ended up going with a French nail. I originally wanted to do white, which you see me doing here. So I went ahead and did that in white. And then I cured it in the light. And then I actually decided that it would be a lot cuter if I did it in a lighter pink. So you'll see me adding that after I cure. And it kind of just went with the pink anyways. So here I am adding that. The white didn't disturb it at all. I went ahead and just went in with the lighter pink, and then we're gonna fully cure in the light again for a full 60 seconds. Now I ended up going in with glitter on my second toe, and then for the big toe, we're gonna be doing an ombre nail again. So I'm just adding a bunch to the tip, using my oopsie brush from Veeda and kind of blending it out towards the cuticle area. And I'm going to be repeating these 2 or 3 times until I get the desired ombre and the desired opaqueness at the tip of my toenail. So I'm just going to go ahead and blend as best as possible. I couldn't find my ombre brush from Profiles Backstage, so we're just using what we have, and this was what I had. And it honestly worked pretty decently. I will say some of the nails needed a little bit more blending, but it is what it is, and it worked out, and you won't even be able to see it once you add the top coat. Now for our design on this one, I'm actually going to be doing 3D hearts. As you can see, I already started it off. I was wiping off the tacky layer every time I would finish for the day, and tell me why I didn't realize that removing the tacky layer was going to make the carving gel not stick very well. So you see me here struggling, and I was very confused. I'm very familiar with 3D art using acrylic, so this was like a what am I doing wrong moment, and I thought that I had got the wrong product. I don't know what I was thinking. So the way that I ended up fixing it was I kind of just dabbed a little bit of Young Nail Swipe on the nail to kind of melt the product a little bit. And then I was able to stick the product on there very easily. So if you've ever struggled with that, now you know. I'm going to be doing hearts. I start off pretty much with like a long teardrop or raindrop design, and then you're adding another little bit and just blending it together, and voila, you have a nice little heart. I'm going to be changing up the colors, so we're using a light pink, white, a darker pink, and then white again. So that's pretty much how I'm doing it. Once you get the desired design, I always take that flat end of the silicone tool and I kind of just flatten everything out so that it is nice and blended and nice, flat, and even. So here I'm just mixing my other color. I took a neon pink and white just to kind of dilute it a little bit and make it a little bit more of a lighter pink. And then we're going to go in with another little heart. Same concept, raindrop first and then adding the other side. Now I always try to do like a mix match design with all the same designs throughout the entire set of toenails, but different on this foot. So for this foot, I decided to do lips, also 3D. We're going to be starting off by 2 similar size circles as best as possible, as even as you can get them. And right next to each other, we're just going to place those, connect them. And then I'm going to be adding a smaller one in between both of those. You'll see me place it now. And then all you're going to do is kind of blend those together. This is going to be like our little Cupid's bow of our lip. And then I'm just extending the sides out to create the final lip design, if that makes any sense. Flatten it out again with that part of the silicone tool. And I kind of just repeated all that process until I was content with the design. It wasn't super hard, but My back was hurting, I will say that. Now we're going to be doing the bottom lip, same concept. Add the amount that you want to use and then kind of just mold it out into your liking. I'm going to be adding a smaller one as well off to the side. I wish I would have added a heart on the third toe instead of the pinky toe, because when I do the final result, you can't even see it. My poor little toenail is not even showing in the photo, so wish I would have done that differently. We're going to top that off with a gloss it from Not Polished, but that pretty much concludes today's video. Let me know what you guys think down below. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned a ton, and I'll see you guys next time.